Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. I've got to share some experiences of my day, you guys. It is story time because I went out into the world in a big way, and I actually went to one of my favorite bead and stone emporiums, and then I also went to Joann's Crafts, and I got a whole bunch of goodies at all my different places and got to create and make things today. I really love bees, so I made a whole bunch of stuff for the shop, you guys, with bees, and I loved using these pearls and leaves, and then I made these beautiful resin bees, which I love in gold. They're just so simple and beautiful. And I have another one of these available now, freshly made. And there'll be close-ups and descriptions of all of this in my Etsy store. And somebody asked me to do a mermaid reading, so I'm going to probably do that tomorrow and go to the beach for you guys. But made some mermaid goodies too. Summertime is very just sparkly and fun when it comes to jewelry and amulets and everything, and I love anything that has to do with the ocean and mermaids, so I had a lot of fun today. So here's my quick experience, and I went out. So firstly, it was like I didn't know what to expect. I didn't even know who would be allowed and where, what was going to be going on in the world. But I really needed some supplies quickly, some chain and some other things for my design. So I was like, I'll go to Joann's. It's about 20 minutes away. And it's a huge kind of craft emporium, and it's quite wonderful. However, since everything has begun, a lot of places just had curbside pickup, so you would order off the internet and go pick it up. But I really need to go in and experience that and see what quality chain and see what's going on. And because everybody's taking pretty good measures and wearing a mask, everything's fine. But it was so funny because you would think after people had been out and away from being out in public for a while, that somehow they would polish their manners, they're patient, they would be so glad to go out. At this point, I didn't care if I experienced like a crazed riot. I just wanted to see people. And there's zero line, which was the greatest thing, but there's a woman just standing there. So I asked her, I said, "Pardon me, are you in line?" And she goes, "I don't know." And so I'm looking around and I see zero help, and I just see her, and that look on someone's face where they are just going to be a pill to everyone, because I just wanted to go in line and go up to the register, but she was blocking it, like all hands on deck. I'm the total unit. Nobody's going anywhere kind of look. So I said, "Well, what's the issue?" And she said, "Well, I talked to somebody and they just disappeared." So she did have somebody helping her, and they were off already helping her. And she not only had that person, she had a secondary person, because the secondary person had come up and said, "Okay, we're trying to find that for you." So not only did she have two employees working for her and then was blocking the line so nobody could get in line, it was like trying to hold everybody hostage. And I said, "Oh, well, if you're not in line, excuse me, I'd like to get in line." So she just moves over and I go to the front, and one of the women that could no longer assist her because the other one came to ring me out. And then I hear the huffing and the puffing, and I thought, this is so odd that nobody has been out for so long, and this woman can't wait. Like, what's your hurry to go home and stay home again? It was just so weird. And my heart goes out to everybody that is hustling and trying to work under these conditions, because what they're doing is not only doing their regular in-store duties, they're doing curbside pickup, so they have headphones and they're rushing and they're taking phone calls on them and all of that. So it's like, if we can do one thing, you guys, for people that are trying to do their jobs, is be patient. Because I know for myself, I almost reverted to type of impatience, because the girl that was waiting on me was taking calls while she was waiting on me. So when the call would come in for curbside pickup, she'd actually stop scanning my stuff and then go through like this inventory list. So the process was a lot longer if she had just said, "Could you hold, rang me out," and then I was done. So she kept stopping and starting. And again, I said, "Well, use the same practice you just had for the other person and just be calm and wait." So I did that, and I was just happy to look around. But I tell you what, I was like the Mad Hatter in the store. I was talking out loud. I was so excited. I was like, they had the coolest stuff. And all the other women that are crafters and collectors, and Amy Sedaris was probably there too. They were so excited about like all the new, beautiful, sparkly items to choose from. And it was so nice to look and just get my creative on it. It was a really nice experience. So yeah, you guys, as you go back out there, it's like, if you're just, regular precautions and everything, and just kind of going out, and I feel like people are being respectful and everybody's not rushing back out at once. And the thing is to just be really kind and patient with the employees, because they're really doing a mega multifaceted job as opposed to just ringing people out. They're dealing with this. It's like post-apocalyptic jewelry finding with people like calling in them at the curbside, and you just hear just a moment, and just to see everybody running around, it's like my heart really went out to them. But this is kind of like one I wanted to base the read on, because I felt like all these new freedoms are going to be available to us, all these new things. So I feel like spirit and our guides and our intuition are really going to call out to us and let us, kind of repel back into the world in a calm sense of observance. So really observe when you go out. What is the mood? What are people like? Because people that are nervous or anxious anyway are not going to be at their best. So we're going to give them a little leeway and a longer leash and kind of stay away and, get in a good heart space and be gentle with them. Because just think what it's like whenever you were nervous or anxious. You don't want that compounded by impatient people around you breathing down your neck or making you feel uncomfortable. So, we're going to pair that with just deep breaths and being calm and feeling good and taking it easy. And also something I want to couple with today's read too is going to be, what aura are you perhaps exuding right now in your auric color? Because I have this wonderful new deck, yay, that I want to thank Real Love Journey. And she actually changed her name. I think it's Real Love Magic, but I'll post it on Instagram. And she sent these to me, and I'm going to be using these, and we're going to use that to determine your aura for some of you guys too. You may have felt this. You may have a feeling that it's going on and taking place. So again, I'm going to have a deep breath. It was so fun to go out. And we're going to start also with your messages from your angels too. So number 1, passion, happiness, and courage. And I will have a sip of water and take a breath. Okay. Oh, and also I forgot, we went to the beach and walked through the park afterward, and the beach was wonderful. People, leaving space for each other, but they were under big, bright beach umbrellas, and children were running around, and people were flying kites, and they were having cookouts with their families, and it was just wonderful to see. It was a gorgeous day here, and it's Memorial Day weekend in USA, which is a 3-day weekend, and it just seemed like harmonic and peaceful and beautiful to observe, and people were really happy, and they were playing music and dancing on the beach, and it was just a sight to behold. It was like, just got my vibration way up to see everybody so cheerful. It was lovely. So passion is on the agenda, you guys. So burning with life's passion. Right now I'm hearing too that, Spirit is saying, hey, if you believe it's possible, it is possible. So that's also a mindset we need to get into, right? That there's no limits. If we want it, we can have it. We can go for it, right? You're a magnet. When you become a magnet of wealth, you attract wealth. When you become a magnet of health, you attract health. Magnet of love, you attract love. Joy, same thing. But you have to be a magnet for what it is you want. And I like joy and humor, so I will always surround myself with those particular resources. I have it on like all my things that I can pull up on YouTube and everything else. Jim Gaffigan, funny people, any stand-up comedy, good music raises my vibration, and I find it just keeps being reintroduced to me, so I feel good and I'm up all day, right? I don't like tragic, sad music and bad news, and I just get off of that. I don't need to be in some hive mindset with all the bees like buzzing around. This is, it's like I'm going to be just off in my happy land, because it rejuvenates me and restores me when I just pop on something happy, and I'm continually doing that. And also, whatever passion comes up, act on that. Please act on that. Spirit is saying you've got this. And when you can do it, your pure potentiality. Understand that we're pure consciousness and we're full of potential. So when we're aware of ourself and we align with the universe, the possibilities are endless. Like I legit manifested today. By yesterday, I went into my head and I said, what would bring you such joy? And I was like, family time. I love having movie time. I really want to be able to create some great pieces this weekend and work out in the sun and all of this thing. And so I just was letting it go around my brain, released it out into the universe. That's exactly what happened today. I was governed by the pure potentiality of where I put my focus and effort into what I wanted to do. And it was all inclusive. Everybody got great benefit out of the day. It was really beautiful. And also I'm hearing with this too, learn the least effort, really learn to let nature's intelligence unfold itself. You know, with energy and giving and receiving, it operates in a dynamic exchange. So what you give, you're going to receive. So when you give unconditionally and show gratitude, you are going to receive, and it's going to multiply and it's going to come to you. So don't always constantly be giving and doing. Be restful and have fun and get ready to receive, right? It feels really nice. So right away, your first archangel, Chamula, is saying, you sparkle and shine. You emanate harmony and love. You're grateful for your fantastic significant other. Act as if they're here if they're not already here. Presently known or unknown, right? I allow love. I have the best friends all the time. Remember that. Think of funny stories and crazy stuff you did with your friend that made you laugh and just have a really good time. I always have this memory I go to where I've always loved horses since I've been young, and my mother's friend had this horse farm, and me and Jeannie one day, Jeannie, I don't think she had rode up until that point, and we're like, hey, here's your horse, let's go. And there was a big pond on the estate, and we were riding around, and we were going down this really steep hill, and the horses were all wet, and there was a lot of water because we were riding in the pond. And my horse, it was so funny, this black Morgan, he like wiped out, and it was so funny, and we like slid down the hill. I somehow just jumped off him. I don't know how I'm alive with the stuff I get up to with horses, yet I've never broken a bone. And I have I've jumped off, flinged off, had them wipe out, and I somehow just land on my feet. It's crazy. And I remember just one time really observing Jeannie's face when she thought, because when a horse starts to trot and canter, she just had that, like, she went so white, like she just thought, end days, that's it, bye-bye, kiss my butt, goodbye, I'm out of here. And it's such a nice memory because I actually remember expressions and a barrette in her hair and the colors we were wearing. It's uncanny because we were maybe 15, and I just remember that being such a great day. So bring those childhood memories in so you can have passion for that joy and what you did that made you laugh, because when we're younger, we're not thinking of all the obstacles of getting to do something joyous, right? Like, oh, I have to get the tickets to go there, I need to get in the car to go there. You just go and do and be, and that's really important right now. And go out there and sparkle and shine and have fun. And part of how you're going to be able to do this is simply by letting go. Have an emotional release. What a few people are going through right now, and I feel it for this group, is you have anxiety about going back into the world in a way that you were operating before, because it didn't bring you great joy. There was probably stressors, and now there's new conditions that you have to employ, right? Some people have to put things in storage. Some people have to decide where they're going to live and their apartment's going to be, and going back to school and all that. Don't overwhelm yourself. Release and let go. Be present in what you're doing now, and your answers will come. What you need to do, slowly and surely. Feel secure in that. And also, you don't have to have all the decisions. Start to write things down and have a healthy detachment. Like, what will help me feel better about this? What can I do? Write things down, make lists so you can be calm, right? It's like, you don't want to go out in the world and be like, I'm ready to smack everyone into tiny little pieces. Y'all get out of my way. It's like relaxing and moving in with calm energy and knowing, I always have that que sera, sera. Whatever will be, will be. So why get worked up about it? But know where you have choices and write them down. Do your pros and cons, but never rush. I read this one quote and I love it and I live by it. And it's like, please go about your day in a serene, calm way so you can observe and enjoy life, as opposed to feel like you have to race through and accomplish things. Have a beautiful, calm energy that exudes from you. Like, I'm not going to spill this coffee and drop my keys and be a maniac because I'm going to rush to go spend money on crap I don't need, or spend time with people I don't want to spend time with, right? Always act like you're going to the beach or coming back from the beach. Remember how you feel, how your body and your soul and everything feels after a long day of sitting in the sun and listening to music. You're not in a hurry, right? You're on those beach vibes. Have that, breathe that in, remember that, and travel in that kind of energy, that letting go energy, emotional release. You don't have to be stressed. Now, this is great too. Your spirit wants you count your blessings, count that abundance, feel it. When you feel it, more comes your way. You feel too that you aren't lacking in anything. You aren't lacking in affection, intelligence, love, and all of that. And I know, you guys, what it's like to march back into summer, and everybody, they may not have their ideal body, and they're like, what the hell is that that little fat roll doing there? What is going on? I'm whiter than Casper. Oh my God. All those little things. I mean, I experience this too, because for the majority of my life, I've been quite fit and everything. And every once in a while, we put on stuff and things fit differently, but that matters so little when it comes down to just being happy with the fact that we have our health, that we have the sunshine to go out to and all of that, and to not have scarcity mentality. When we feel abundance, we're going to know we have enough time, energy, money, and all the things we need to have a good time. So what we're going to do, you guys, is see what kind of aura you may be exuding by using these gorgeous, gorgeous cards. So we have orange. So these are the illuminated tarot, and I like them. They're done in the regular like deck of cards with diamonds, the regular suits and all that. And if I have time at the end, I'll do a quick flip through too. So orange right now, and orange frequencies resonate with the sacral plexus area of our body, the center of energy exchange and relationships. And if you guys want to go over my Instagram at Sparkles11, I have all these auras out there and what they do and how to find your aura as well. And I'm going to be running some more contests, you guys, so come on over there. So orange frequencies are really cool because it's the aura of friendship and relationships. The aura of frequency of orange too resonates with the vibration of joyful exchange, whether relating to like resources, money, time, energy, or love. People who have orange emissions in their energy field are exceptionally good at being friends, spouses, coworkers, team members, or any other supporting role that requires a high degree or skill of working with others. Okay, relationships are an absolute priority for orange emission people, whether it's related to marriage, parenting, working advice, interacting with strangers. In fact, with orange aura people, strangers do not stay strangers for very long. They're attracted to that. You exude a warmth. It's a healing energy. And you develop these relationships very quickly. You're an expert at relationships. And the mantra for increasing orange aura vibrations is, I find joy in relating to others and cherish all beings with whom I exchange my energy. I'm consistently reminding myself when I go out in the world of this as well. I know that whatever exchange is given with somebody, there is an emanation of energy, and people either feel lifted by us, or they feel depleted, or they can feel aggravated. So I always try to leave the area a calmer, better place. The weird thing with these masks, you guys, that kills me is I'm always smiling. I'm smiling like all the time because it changes how I feel mentally. So even with my mask on, I'm like smiling and I'm thinking, why does that person look like that? Because usually when I smile at somebody, they smile back and I'm like, a derzies, you're smiling behind a mask. But it does, I think it travels to your eyes too, because it's one of those things where people, oftentimes, they like to just be acknowledged too when you're out in public. You look and you make eye contact. People don't like to feel invisible. And you make them feel warm and you make them feel good. And Spirit wants you to be aware of that. So you do change the kind of energy of a room in a good way, group one. So beautiful energy, you guys. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. And all my links are down below. Yeah, feel abundant. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe. Subscribe. And also, go to my Etsy store and check out some goodies, you guys. And I'm doing these really cost effective. I mean, I have so many new pennants and style because I want everything to be affordable, and I love making it, so it's definitely not some hardship, and I'm making it while I'm listening to reggae and having a fun time. So it's therapeutic for me as well, and I've always loved it. It's kind of like a crazy addiction. Every evening I always have to make anywhere between like 3 and 10 pieces. It's like, I just like it. I like working with the crystals and the stones and all of that. So my links for my Etsy store are down below as well, you guys. And if you come to my Instagram, I'm going to be running some more contests this week. Okay, so number 2, I'm going to have a sip of water. Happiness, the joy of life. Number 2. And while we're on happiness, I just want to say to you guys, thank you so much for your happy vibes and your beautiful comments. The first comment I read this morning made me laugh, and she goes, I love this video. And I was like, that is so great. Like, just things like that. I mean, it means the world to me. And I read every single comment, and it lifts me and it inspires me. It gets me to good mood. And it's so lovely, and I appreciate it, you guys. So that's something that makes me happy too. So right away, the saying, reach for things that make you happy. Forget about the freaking obligations and all the things that you think you have to do and your tasks and people pleasing. Forget about all of that. And something else is coming through clear, because I was having some discussions with people right now that are going through shifts in their life. They're really discovering who they are. They may be, gender neutral. They may be wanting to go through an absolute different change and become a she as opposed to a he, and vice versa, and all of these things. And if you do not have a supportive family unit and friendship unit, please go out and seek that and stay away from anybody as much as you can. You know, if you have like a great grandmother or a cool aunt or somebody that you can spend time with or even live with that puts you in a happy environmental place while you're discovering who you are, and you want a good quality of life, and you don't need arguments, and you don't need people that are insensitive to your needs around you, then go there, you know, and never feel guilty about leaving a household to go to another one that's supportive. If people aren't supporting you and loving you unconditionally, there's a problem there, and you should be loved unconditionally. And if you're not in that environment, you do have an option to go elsewhere. I just highly recommend that, because I feel like it's your growth process, and we should all be our authentic selves and who we know we want to be without any kind of ridicule or persecution. Honest to goodness, because I deal with a lot of people that I talk with on my DMs, and it breaks my heart that that happens. And I just, you know, live and let live. If you love somebody, who cares what they want to identify as? We just love them because they are our family, right? And they are our friends for sure. So right now, you guys, you also have Archangel Sandalphon, which is saying you're going to be able to easily handle the unexpected. Stop, breathe, observe, and move forward with grace. Again, as I was saying, try to spend your time in like calm contemplation. Physically slow yourself down if you find yourself walking really fast doing something, because when we speed up talking or movement, oftentimes we trick our brain into thinking we're in a hurry. Therefore, we're not as patient, right? So slow your roll. Blessings are coming into your life seemingly from nowhere. You will be getting this beautiful shower of, you know, abundance and attention and money and things that you have manifested. It's time to receive. You have unlimited potential, and your possibilities are endless. And so when you remind yourself of that, the flow comes. This happens to me like daily when I plug into this, and whether it's energy, whether it's creative ideas, or whatever it is. No lie, it always comes. Serenity, be calm. Be calm in all things. Even if you feel like you're being attacked and people are coming at you, that's their energy, that's their position, that's their problem. It's not you. Now, any problem that's anywhere is not yours, unless you feel like you have to react. Instead of reacting, don't. Respond very calmly if you feel like. Oftentimes, if I have people that come at me that I work and they're just having meltdown or whatever, and people are mentally unsteady and they're narcissists or whatever they're doing, I simply meet that with silence. It is the strongest thing you can do, because it takes two to argue. And oftentimes people that are conflicted want conflict through argument. So when you don't play into that, because at that point, nothing sensical gets through to them anyway, so why waste your breath? So all you have to do is like a calm look. Sometimes it, you know, not a glare, not confrontational, not being critical, because they've already lost their control, and that's unfortunate. But you don't have to get into that whirling dervish of just nothingness, right? And nothing making sense. Serenity, calm. In fact, I feel like you'll start to have this compassion for them, because we know what it's like to be unnerved and just say stuff that makes no sense, or try to be harsh or harmful, because everybody gets in a state, right? Some people get agitated. So instead of being agitating even more somebody that's in that state, just breathe deeply and look at them. Oftentimes it's that quietness and that calmness that brings them back down. So it's helpful in every regard, and definitely for you, so you can keep your focus on all the stuff that's good and beautiful that you're working on and you're moving towards, right? Like your inspiration. Begin now, whatever it is. I tell myself that all the time. What happens is I'll buy like a big supply of stuff and I'll go, oh my gosh, where to start? You know, especially when I get a lot of new things to create. And I'm like, just begin now. Just make one thing. And as your mind gets tickety boo, more ideas come in. Whatever it is, if you want to write, if you want to start a channel, start just doing little testers on your phone. Whatever it is, just start the process, that first step, because that's the biggest step. And once you do that, then you gather momentum and focus and faith in the process. And then there's your rewards. You know, you have follow through and you're doing well. A lot of people put this off when it comes to like CVs for jobs, for things like that, big school papers, stuff like that. Just begin now, do a little bit, and you start to feel like a winner, and you feel plugged into that energy, and you'll start to do more. You know, it's almost like a garden planting those seeds. You see those sprouts come up, you get damn excited, and you think you're going to have this rainbow plum tree from Unicornville, like you're stoked out of your mind. And that's really what happens, because the possibilities are there, and you're building them, and you're building momentum. So you're doing really well. So let's tap in and see what your colors are. Ooh, so purple aura colors. And remember, you guys, this is for a collective as well. And if you think that you know your aura, what you can do is go to my Instagram, which is sparkrest11, and go on there, and it says how you can see how to find it, and then it has the listings of all the auras too. Like, I've always known that mine is yellow, and when I was first started going to Reiki healers, they're the ones that pointed that out, and as I did the practice of it, I realized that it indeed was definitely yellow. So with purple, this emits the highest vibrational frequency on the visible color spectrum, this one. Okay, so, the violet aura is the mark of a person whose physical being vibrates at a very high speed. So it signals a close connection to the spirit realm and unseen forms of life energy. So animals are probably really attracted to you. People probably tend to stand closer to you than others at a party and things like that. People who have violet emissions in their energy field tend to have high levels of thought activity and manifestation abilities as well. So you exhibit a high degree of originality when it comes to innovative thoughts and progressive ideas, open-minded insights that show concern for the entire universal, like, life matrix, everybody around you. It's a really special color emission, and the mantra for increasing violet. Did I say violent? If you're violent in your aura wants to punch people. For your violet aura vibrations. Absolutely anything is possible in this infinite matrix of universal life energy. I am divine. And just say that over and over. And a lot of you guys I've always felt this too, not only, there's techniques to see it, but I usually feel like people's favorite colors often tend to be your auras as well, which is pretty interesting. So that's you, group 2. Beautiful energy. If you like this, comment down below if you like this sort of thing, like auras and other things about that. I can get deeper into that in other reads. I really like it, and I'll probably post all this stuff over on Patreon as well. So if you guys like this, don't forget to press like and subscribe, and all my links are down below if you guys need a private read. If you want to go to my Etsy store and see your goodies, got all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, I'm going to be making and baking with all my jewels this weekend, and I am going bee crazy because I'm loving bees this time of year. Yeah, happiness. You're drinking life in a really good, healthy way, group 2. So beautiful. Again, if you need a private read or anything, all the linkazoids are down below. Now we're under 3, courage. Courage in the face of conflict. Again, this is okay, and we're back. Yeah, all of a sudden the weirdest thing just happened. My phone just stopped and went back to normal, and it stopped filming. So I'm gonna have to movie these things together. So you guys, right now, with courage in the face of conflict, this is just saying keep calm, keep it together. Don't exhibit any kind of snap response or get defensive. If people are going utterly buckaroo banzai around you, it doesn't matter. It's their energy. It's their problem. If they want to drag you into the conflict, just stay away and have courage. And if it's about you or something for you that you want to protect or a boundary, stand up for yourself. People respect that. If we, being individuals, we teach other people how to treat us. So if we say it's okay to be insulting and to take all our resources and to ignore us unless you want something and all of this, or put up with belittling us, our dreams and where we're going, if we put up with that without standing for it, it slowly chips away at this thing. I always feel like there's kind of like, I call it like the steadfast wall. And the more somebody says something that is negative and harmful to us, it chips away at that wall. And as that wall gets shorter, I feel like we see that other person with more and more clarity. The unfortunate thing with that is people that are very negative and do that. If we don't say something back and create a boundary and build that wall up to keep them out, they'll keep at that because they've formed a habit. We've said it's okay because they talk and act unkind to us, yet we haven't stood up for us. So when that happens, be calm about it, but definitely say, listen, that's a deal breaker. I'm not going to listen to this and stand here if you're going to be insulting. That's not a conversation. And I'm going to go and just really draw the line in the sand hard. Just be like, that is a hard no. Every once in a while I'll do that with my kids. It'll just be funny. They're teenagers. And it's like, no, that is a hard no. And just turn and leave. And sometimes people need to think about their actions and words. So really stand up for yourself. Because I feel like a few people are taking advantage of you, group 3. I feel like you're really sweet. A lot of you guys, I feel like you cook, clean, give away resources, do things for people constantly with very, where they almost have a sense of entitlement to your time and resources now. So again, take some me time and relax and have fun, because you're going to, this is what's going on for you right now. You're tapped into this awareness. You're looking beyond what you see. So it's like, okay, I may just see the family. I may just see this and that. I may see work obligations and all that, but look beyond what you see to where you want to be, to all the potential, to where you want to go, to what's going to bring you joy and make you feel good, to what you can alleviate and let go of, so you don't feel the burdens of too much like needless obligations to other people, places, and things. Like, why am I carrying this load? I used to do this, like get in this habit of doing all this stuff, like right when I woke up, even before coffee. So by the time it was like I would have coffee, I'd be like agitated and feel like, why do I always have to do this? And I thought, you know what, because you just get up and go on autopilot and do this. You don't have to do this anything. You can ask other people to help out. They're going to be more than happy to. Look beyond, what you see too. So also, if you're looking around your house and you see an accumulation of too much stuff, and there's just like things you have to get rid of, picture your environment how you'd love to see it. That helps more than, kvetching about, oh my God, all this stuff, I can't take it. Because the more we talk about it, the less we do something about it. But the more we observe it, the more we have a clearer picture of what we need to do, right? Because I've got to tell you, as a creative, I collect and things get stored and put and gets a bit erratic. So I look with a discerning eye and go, what stuff does not need to be here? So really look beyond. Two, thoughts as well. Have you been harboring some thoughts that might need to be addressed? That just, they're outdated maybe. Or crazily enough, they're somebody else's thoughts and ideas on an issue. Sometimes we just adopt somebody else's viewpoint, and we need to look at it, with a finite eye and be like, was that even my point of view, or is it just something my mother said over and over, or something like that, right? So really looking beyond is going to be helpful for you. Also, connection. We're all connected. When we feel this, we feel cherished, we feel loved, we feel safe, we feel part of the collective. And it's a nice feeling, because we don't want to feel like we're, always having to operate on our own and figure everything else, right? Personal issues, hang-ups, health problems, all of that. We want to be able to share, and we can feel our angels and our spirits and people that love us around, right? And this too, you're going to connect into your unlimited possibilities. Relax into the flow of a happy life. I have to remind myself to do this too. We're so conditioned to, oh, I better do this, I better vacuum, I better whatever, mow my lawn, I better go do this and that all of a sudden we just feel like our life is a list of chores. So we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to go, whoa, I can just sit in a lawn chair under the sun and read a book for an hour and drink an iced tea and listen to music. Why am I conditioning myself to always be doing these, produce, chore? No. What goes around comes around. Attract goodness and love. Would you rather think of your mother when you were young, as she's vacuuming and doing dishes and laundry? She looked kind of harassed and haggard and pissed off, right? All this stuff, all this obligations to do. Think of your mom sitting out on the deck or in her garden relaxing. Where was she more approachable? Where did she look like she had happier energy? Usually when she was chilling, right? When she was having a restful moment and caring for herself and her peace of mind, right? So we need to remember to do this. And we have unlimited possibilities to do that. A lot of people too, when they're creative, it's like I loved watching any of my uncles that sang, or they were building something when they were, directly through source, all this great inspired energy would come. That's also awesome to tap into. So let's see what color or you guys are rocking with here. We got red. Ooh, the red. So red is awesome because red emissions have the slowest vibrational frequency of the visible light spectrum. It's one step above the vibrations of physical matter. So this is a sign of a person who has natural understanding of the physical plane. They're fearless manifestors who enjoy and really metabolize all things physical, from food to clothing, handbags, homes, all of that. People who have the red emissions in their energy field are passionate. They're unapologetic about experiencing the dynamic and abundant adventure that's life as a physical being. A lot of fire signs have this. I feel like Aries definitely have a lot of this in them. Leo for sure. They are generally unafraid of death, birth, overindulgent, or adrenaline-inducing activities too. So again, fire signs. You just say, let's do this. I'm a Sagittarius. I feel like I have this about me sometimes. They make great gourmet cooks, soldiers, EMTs, adventurers, tour guides, police officers, avant-garde entertainers, artists, all of that. They're powerful people, and they're rarely found fasting or denying themselves any pleasures because they like it. They like good food. They like to dance. They like it, you know. Maximize your experience as a physical being by embracing all that life has to offer on earth. I mean, it's great emanation. And to just remember that too, that there are so many great pleasures out there to be had when we use our five senses and we're alive and we're aware and we're tapped into that. And Spirit really wants you to be able to do that so you can just be in this really rich, saturated technicolor world that's always available to us, right? Why have you know, the murky gray when you can be in abundant red, right? And feel vitality and feel really good. So beautiful energy, group 3. If you're new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to press like and subscribe. Subscribe. And all my links are down below, you guys, if you need a private read. If you want to go to my Etsy store and check out, I just relisted a ton of cool stuff. And, you know, besides like all the new Lumerian crystals and all that stuff, I did a hell of a lot of new stuff. So that's up there as well, you guys. So love and light to you. And if you need a private read or anything else, all the links are down below. So love and light to you guys. And thanks again for all your support, love, and comments.